So, did you know that drones have already been used to help us understand more about our marine environment and actually work out how healthy some of our marine species actually are? Well, there's some really exciting work happening, and I have to say, it's being led out of Australia. So we have some wonderful scientists that are actually using drones that they call the Snot Bot. The Snot Bot is a drone that carries a petri dish which has agar, nutrient agar in it, like a jelly. And then as they fly near whales and the whales go to blow, the drone flies through the blow and opens the petri dish and collects the sample. It would be a bit like someone flying a drone in front of your face when you sneezed and capturing your sneeze. What can they do with this information? Well, if you combine that with some of the facial recognition software that you can use these days, you can work out, if that was Steve the whale or Janet the whale that sneezed or produced the blow. You can then look at, from that, what kind of microbial activity is happening inside their lungs. From that, with the good bacteria and the good microbes and the bad microbes and the balance that's happening in that dish that you then incubate and grow, you can work out if someone's got a cold, if Steve's got a cold, or if Janet's the healthiest she's ever been. That's looking at their respiratory system. You can also, from the actual photography, work out how much fat a whale has got on them. And the thing is, a healthy whale needs a lot of blubber, especially mothers that travel with their calves, because they have to feed their calf as well. And so how on earth can we get out to find whales to do these kinds of surveys? Well, here in Australia, in the Gold Coast and places near Brisbane, you can go out on boats and then launch the drones from the boats to go and take those samples. In Antarctica, they do exactly the same thing, but with slightly bigger drones sometimes, where they again have to launch off of the research vessels, fly out to find the drones and fly back again. There are also long-range drones that can be used to do marine fauna surveys. These can form search grids and patterns where they literally count the animals as they go. Traditionally done by human beings in a plane, drones are looking like a better option these days. But I have to put a caveat in here. It is illegal for you to fly near whales, dolphins, and protected marine species with your drone. Everybody who does this as a scientist or as a researcher has a special license. In the state of New South Wales here in Australia, if you interfere with a marine species, a protected marine species with your drone without having a license, you can get a fine of 200,000 Australian dollars. That's 200,000 Australian dollars that I don't think that drone photo was actually probably worth. So there are other things in the sea other than whales and dolphins, and one of the things that interests a lot of people here in Australia is sharks. And so drones have been used across the country to actually get involved with shark surveys. How many sharks are near our beaches? Where should we be worried about sharks? Live surveys of sharks during surf events to help keep the surfers safe. These are ways in which we're able to look for sharks without having to put out drum lines or bait lines or have people go and kill them. We can just work out where they are and keep the human beings safe away from them. We still don't know enough about our sharks, and so being able to capture how they behave in the natural world without them knowing that we're there or without us killing them to take samples is a really great way to keep our beaches safer and our sharks happy and healthy and away from human beings. One of the projects that I first got involved with drones with was the idea of flying long-range aircraft to look for turtles. We weren't just looking for turtles, but we were also looking for their tracks and whether or not they'd laid a nest. And we were able to use long-range gear to go and do reconnaissance on these sandy islands where the turtles had been living and laying their nests, and it was a really successful project. And so for me, the pathway into drones has been through marine fauna surveys. So when you next see a photograph of someone that's taken a drone image of a piece of wildlife, ask them if they had a license to do so and maybe tell them what the rules are. Drones can be very stressful for marine mammals, so we don't really want to upset them and cause them stress unduly. And so this is why we have proper research licenses for people and scientists to be able to do this work.